So we have another trial on a 4-day work week that just came out. This one is in Iceland. The BBC says, trials of a 4-day week in Iceland were an overwhelming success and led to many workers moving to shorter hours, researchers have said. The trials in which workers were paid the same amount for shorter hours took place between 2015 and 2019. Productivity remained the same or improved in the majority of workplaces, researchers said. Wow. A number of other trials are now being run across the world, including Spain and New Zealand. In Iceland, the trials run by Reykjavik City Council and the national government eventually included more than 2,500 workers, which amounts to 1% of Iceland's working population. A range of workplaces took part, including preschools, offices, social services providers, and hospitals. Many of them moved from a 40-hour week to 35 or 36-hour week. Researchers from the UK think tank Autonomy and the Association for Sustainable Democracy in Iceland said, hold on one second here. The trials led unions to renegotiate working patterns, and now 86% of Iceland's workforce have either moved to shorter hours for the same pay or will gain the right to. They'll gain the right to work 4 days instead of 5 days. That's amazing. Workers reported feeling less stressed and at risk of burnout and said their health and work-life balance had improved. They also reported having more time to spend with their families, do hobbies, and complete household chores. So they're saying, everybody's saying it, all the articles are saying it, the trial here was an overwhelming success. Instead of working 40 hours, what if you worked 35 hours, but you were just as productive, if not more productive, and you're happier because you get to do other stuff that really fulfills you. I love that 86% of the work, they do the trial, and now 86% of the workforce is going to have the option to work for the same pay and only work 4 days instead of 5 and lower their hours by about 5. I can never in a million years imagine that happening in the U.S. It should, but they said the unions negotiated for it and apparently won. Wouldn't universal unionization be kind of nice? Wouldn't it be nice if 70% of the U.S. workforce was unionized? The working class would be so much healthier if that was the case, man. So much healthier. But listen, as I tell you guys every time we talk about this issue, there was a time during the Great Depression in the process of crafting the New Deal where we almost got a 4-day work week. We almost got a 30-hour work week. In fact, it was in a bill that passed the House, but it didn't get through the Senate, and there was some other compromise made on another issue involving the New Deal. And even back then, you read presidents in the early 1900s, Republican presidents were saying things like, people should get paid time off by law. You should get at least a month or two off paid by law. Back then, the conservative Republicans sounded like Bernie Sanders today on that issue, and nobody batted an eyelash. Everybody was like, yeah, of course. We got industrialization. These machines are coming up. Soon they're going to do the work for us, and we're going to get the pay. It's going to be awesome. We'll only have to work didn't Keynes thought that by this era, we'd only have to work 15 hours a week because technology would take care of it for us. And we have the capability for that to be the case, but the system is not rational, so we haven't adjusted to that in a positive way. Of course, you have 1% reaping all the rewards, and everybody else is screwed. But I love this, man. 4-day work week is becoming a real thing around the world with all these trials. All of them are successful. Other trials where virtually everything's been successful is the UBI trials. Imagine if we had a UBI and imagine if we had a 4-day work week. Just on that alone, the alleviation of some anxiety and depression and other symptoms that people have psychologically, I think that alone would help so much. So much. But of course, we're going to drag behind the rest of the world on this front too. I just hope this movement keeps spreading because all I'm seeing is positive things about it.